All right, everybody, welcome back in. This is going to be another Stormgate cast. I'm Algorithmore, and this is going to be another Stormgate cast or another Stormgate game submitted by one of the members of the community, which I love because I'm always looking for good replays out there, and I'll often drop in the Discord and just beg people, hey, you got any good replays out there? Who's got a replay? Please give me a replay. And today, I got a replay submitted by one of the members of the community who I have cast before for sure, because I've played a few 2v2s with him. This is Play Weird in the Red Inferno. And his opponent today, playing the Vanguard faction, we've got ourselves an IVV. This is Gradient Descent. And to start out here, we had a little chat here. Playword said, what is your learning rate? And that's an AI joke, my friends, because Gradient Descent is an AI algorithm that is commonly used in many of your AI tools, specifically neural networks. So any of those AI programs you might be using out there, like your ChatGPTs and your Midjourney, whatever it is you use, probably uses Gradient Descent as one of the algorithms to train. So Play Weird just joking out there, hey, what's your learning rate there, Mr. Gradient Descent? But Gradient Descent did not respond to that witty joke, basically saying, I'm learning, I'm an AI algorithm, I'm here to play Stormgate, and my learning rate is I'm going to kick your butt, so you better watch out. So Play Weird got that early information knowing that this is not going to be a chatty game. This is going to be a scrappy game. And I hope it is a scrappy game because Play Weird did submit it with the indication that this is probably going to be a fun game. And what we see to start out is our scout making it here, finding the cabbage. And finally, Play Weird just says, fine, you can run away. You're a scout. You're faster than I am. And I think the scout has not yet made it to the actual main, because we see the vision here. It had tried to scout out here, scouted out into this space, and find it. So that's enough information for Gradient Descent to know that Play Weird is where Play Weird has spawned, and now the scout's going to capture the health camp. Well, Play Weird still out creeping, but what do we see here? Lancers on the way. And they managed to skirt around, and 3 promoted Lancers as well. So this brute's going to go down pretty easy. Bye-bye to the Fiends as well. And running away wisely from the effigy, so they're not fighting on Shroud, but actually, in fact, running away completely, so they're not fighting at all. But wait a sec, what are you trying to do here, Gradient Descent? You don't want to fight on that Shroud. And pulls back. And we just saw there as the charge is done for the brutes. That's making this army from Play Weird look pretty dangerous. We saw that scout get taken out at the back there. Actually, the scout manages to stay alive. And so do the Lancers for now. Bo's running away there. One Lancer looking for a cabbage or something. And so far it's just been like chasing these Lancers around the map. I think that one Lancer got caught. And so for the moment, that kind of worked out for Play Weird. Maybe got a Lancer kill or two, but at the same time spent a lot of time chasing those units around the map instead of, say, creeping or doing something else. So it's possible that may have slid behind just a little bit in that action. We see a couple of imps walking out here. What's their goal? Maybe they're making a third up here. Now that is a risky third in these spawn locations. I guess it's either a risky third or it's a nice aggressive third. Nice battle here in the middle of the map. That's looking favorable to Play Weird right now. And we see as Gradient Descent has to pull back, but the speedy brutes get on top of everything. The Exos maybe don't have their quick draw hustle yet, it doesn't look like. And so many Lancers went down there, but a Vulcan shows up maybe just in time. And nice micro there to take out the effigy. Play weird. Had a nice force there and maybe could have pushed his way in. But the one Vulcan there is dangerous. If you aren't able to deal with it right away, it will do a lot of damage to that tier 1 army. And we see the med station there. That's what we call it. Yeah, med station says it's healing up all the bio. And Playweird's going around the outside, and he's trying to get on top of these servos. He gets a couple servo kills. Maybe he's going to get this scrapyard too. Actually, one servo gets away. Gets the scrapyard and just is on a hit and run kind of strategy. That one servo with the Ethereum is like, I don't know what to do. Protect me. Well, you're a worker. Get back to work, buddy. Health camp taken. Now this health camp down here was taken by the scout early on and has not been retaken by Playweird. But the army of Playweird just keeps getting bigger, bigger, bigger. More brutes. A few, well, there's a good maybe dozen gaunts here, but as is kind of normal in the current meta, the brute numbers should outnumber the gaunt numbers. Here we have a mag showing up too. It's a slow mag at the moment, which means it's not going to be super useful against this bio army unless it can get right on top of it, and it sure does. There's a med station there. There's a mag going back and forth, but shields up on a Vulcan, and Playweird decides I don't want to attack into that, and in fact gets a better engage here out on the map. And the trampling mag was enough to push those bio units back, and they're going to hang out in the med station. There's also a repair turret there. That means all the units here are going to be able to get healed up. The mechanical units and the biological units. And at the same time, Playweird also trying to heal up on his Shroud. But now going for the speed camp, which has also been in the control of Gradient Descent for much of this game. Gradient Descent pushing out a little bit, sending a Lancer to steal the Therium, and being a little aggressive. And I don't know, on the map here, Hellborn out as well. Lancer goes down pretty easy, Exo as well. Playweird not wanting to let his brutes and such get overextended, as they, with their charge, they can rush out real quick. And then maybe that bio army can take care of some of them while the rest of the units are trying to catch up and get into DPS range. And Playweird still with a little bit of a supply lead. It's about 15, so it's not super big at this stage of the game. And also with Infernal, you kind of do want to be a little bit ahead, or have at least a little bank, or be ready to remix quickly, as the units for Infernal tend to be a bit squishier. Not quite as effective, intended to sort of be recycled a bit. Unlike, for instance, Vanguard units, where the design of them is you want them to get that ventrancy so that they get better and better. So keeping them alive is the way to play. Now there's a Harbinger here. Like, is it just a scout? I don't think that's the point here. It's going to get taken out pretty easy. Oof. There's a dropship here. Ooh. Let's see what that was. It looked like a shadow flyer to me. But here we have one of those over... Oh, that's cool. Okay, so the Hellborn can see them when they fire. And we have the V5 rocket launcher versus Atlases here. And, oh, geez, it did get another shot off. And these units of Playweird come around the outside. They're looking to get on top. Nice evac micro from Gradient Descent to keep the tanks in the back. Getting some really nice Atlas shots there. Taking out a bunch of brutes. And Hellborn here. There's like 6 or so, which are really good actually for single unit damage. You can see as these Vulcans kind of get not quite one shot by the Hellborn, but actually the rest of the front line got taken out. Look at all that gore. That is a bunch of dead brutes and gaunts there. And Playweird still with a supply lead, and that's that Infernal sort of advantage or bonus, is that after you losing a lot of units, you can use any banked charges to pump out an army real quick, as well as any banked money. And we do see about 1,000 Luminite for Play Weird, but a little starved on the Therium. And, oh, it looks like transferring a few more Ethereum miners at the moment. We got number count there, 8 and 9. That's a pretty good Ethereum mining crew. And already the Ethereum numbers have bounced up quite a bit for Play Weird, meaning that he'll be able to pump out more Hellborn, Mag, whatever it is that he wants. That takes a little bit more Ethereum count. And if he really wants, could come take this Ethereum camp. What do we got? Spriggies. Sprigs. And back home for Gradient Descent. Now, wow, he's got a nice little base, third base, plus this scrapyard base at the Ethereum. And no fourth base yet necessarily for Play Weird either. And Play Weird coming around the outside with 200 supply army almost here. And this could be bad news for Gradient Descent. Huge system shock to try and get out of there. Does manage to use the extra speed to loop around and drops an Atlas down and says, fine, come into my ramp, see what's going to happen. I've got a nano defense bubble here. And nano defense bubbles are very useful against range. Not so much against the brutes. But we do get a nano defense bubble here, which helps a lot against Hellborn. Probably going to help against the Spriggies and the Gaunts too. But as the brutes come and push them back on top of the Atlas here. And the thing about the nano defense bubble is it's useful for whoever is standing under it. So if you're an Infernal and you can push them out and stand underneath it, now you're benefiting from the nano defense bubble, defending against, say, Exo shots or Atlas attack. We got a reinforce up on the sentry post, which keeps it alive, as well as some repair there. And these Hellborn have to retreat with some fairly weak brutes. If those brutes can get on some shroud, they can get some healing going. This little shroud patch has been nice, but it would be really cool if Play Weird could expand it out. We've got some farms here, providing some shroud as well. And yeah, these units, if they're camped out not doing anything, they should just be chilling on the shroud, getting that regen. We can see the brute here starting to regen as he stands on the shroud. And going for the Luminite camp here, and Gradient Descent had already just taken out this Ethereum and is now going for this Vision. And this Vision Tower has been what they've been fighting over all game so far. And is Play Weird going to let him take it? He has so far. He's got a couple. Oh, we got the Flayed Dragon out, which I heard is going to get a name change. If you've seen the new model in the most recent Bayo video, go check it out. Really cool looking. It's going to turn into a demonic dragon of some kind. Maybe that's the new name. That's kind of a lame name, but I'm probably going to get a new name. We got Shroud Fall on the whole map. That brings Shroud everywhere. Relies on that top bar. Sky mines all over the place here. But the Hellborn trying to take care of them. Atlas is getting a nice Hellborn kill there. Ooh, and some more. Ouch. That's really good work from Gradient Descent, sorry. The Dragon's out here too, pushing forward, but they're all on top of the Shadow Demons. Only a few units are fighting against the army. And that wasn't super great. I mean, it wasn't an extended exchange that caused a lot of losses, but it was a few free units killed by Gradient Descent. There's a huge Shadow Flyer ball here as well. And now these armies are going to come. A nice nano defense bubble here, trying their best, but it looks like there's a lot of units here from Play Weird, and he's starting to chew into this defensive force. Fiends are not affected by nano defense bubble, so when all your melee units in there, that one Hedgehog doing its anti-air ability, This force is pushing forward and could be the end of this game. As actually, no, the Atlases in the back are doing a really good job. And now a nano defense bubble, making sure they're protected. And the sad Hellborn gets taken out as it... Oh, another one! As the Ghost skips forward and takes out a low Hellborn. And Play Weird actually falling behind in supply here. Just a little bit for maybe the first time this game. And needing to find a way to get back in it and get some damage against Gradient Descent, who has put in a couple of good defensive plays so far. These Atlases, even a little bit of the Sim City. Now there's Graven. Haven't seen a lot of Graven lately. I like this little Sky Mine defense matrix that he's setting up. It's almost like Scout Sky Mines, because they'll probably be taken out by any force that comes flying by, but then you will get early warning of any harass. And look, this base is up. This base is up. Holy moly. We've transferred the servos here. It says there's... Okay, there's one. I'm like, is this guy even working, bro? Okay, he was working. He just looks a little weird when he works. The V5 rocket launcher's out again, but this is going to be a free kill. And Dragon and Fiend, that's an interesting pair. A lot of Hellborn still. I think Hellborn are still pretty good, but since they got switched to their single target damage, they are... Their role has changed. They're no longer the unit that you want in all situations. They are now best when facing large units like Vulcans maybe. Ooh, we got some cloaked ravens here. Not sure where they want to go. In they come. Shroudstone's not up yet. Ooh, but the Hellborn, or sorry, the Hornets are being harassed over here. Graven in with, what's this ability again? Infiltrated. And, well, they didn't quite get the... There we go. The base gets killed off, but so do the Gravens. And the base goes back down, but that's what they were there for. They were there to take out the base. Sky Mine's placed out, but like I said, they get taken out pretty easily by Hellborn. And nice evac micro again to keep those Atlases alive. Atlases are super vulnerable, but if you can keep them alive with your evac. Wow, Play Weird took huge losses there again to that nice evac micro, and I think Radiant Descent tastes a little blood in the water. Oh, but there are Spriggies out here. Nano Defense Bubble is also a good defense against the Sprigs. And Atlas is here putting down damage on the Static V. There are Hornets, there is Helicarriers. The Spriggan had no chance against this. Stealth Bombers as well. Those are upgraded bombers. And bye-bye to the Shroudstones there. And now it's just going to be some free kill on this base again. And Play Weird, not certain what to do here. Has a force, but kind of needs a flanking play, and needs something that can deal with the Air Force here as well, which I'm not super sure what he can get at this point. Like, a lot of Shadow Flyers. The problem with Shadow Flyers is they're banelings, right? They suicide. So if you don't get efficient trades with them, they're not coming in to do any more damage. They exploded, they're dead. That has been a perennial problem for the Infernals, is their lack of effective anti-air, and that is something I'm sure is going to get fixed maybe in 05, maybe in 06. There are still missing units in all of these kits. This is going to turn into a little bit of a building on building battle, but no, these... Both armies are headed in this direction. Oh no! These units here unfortunately caught rallying Actually, for some reason, they managed to survive pretty well, as both armies are really scattered. Is that 2 dragons? Wow, okay, we got 2 dragons out. This one dragon, no, one dragon goes down. The other dragon here still holding his ground for now. This base is getting devastated, but the army and the rallying units are being cleaned up by Gradient Descent. Another dragon goes down now, and actually this base is going to be saved as the army of Gradient Descent pulls up and defends, and the poor imps that were rallied here are going down. Bunch of brutes on a rally. A bunch of brutes on a rally. But remember, there's a lot of Air Force here that those brutes... I don't think... Okay, so Play Weird's made a different decision here. He says, maybe I can run into your base while your army's out of position. Problem with that strategy is this base is defended by Atlases that are in a nice position. Shields up. Ooh, sorry for my jitteriness there. Shields up on that Atlas, keeps it alive. One Atlas goes down. Another one is going to go down here. But the one Atlas in the back there was still up. And we got the evac Atlas showing up to try and clean up. We've kind of got a flank play here. As these units have nowhere to retreat to. And that army, again, look at the gore. Blah, blah, blah. I love seeing that. Can't wait till we have some cool corpse mechanic that can do something with that. And, well, we're starting to see 150 supply lead out of Gradient Descent. And more Brute Harass. This is a better idea with the Brute Harass. And it is actually working as Gradient Descent is pulled back. No, Gradient Descent says, I've got some 3 Hellborns here. You want to go? Let's do it. We got that cool, exaggerated shroud effect here with the extra fog. We heard from Alan Dilling that they're trying to tone that down a little bit, but also I think a lot of us really love it. Other than the readability part that some folks are mentioning, it's hard to see some units, and of course that's important for gameplay. If you can make it readable and still have that really cool fogginess, like look at this, blah, super cool. Giant system shock going down in the middle of the map just for that sweet stim high. We don't even want to fight, we just want to run fast. And these brutes are trying to do damage here, but the army is now in position. It's going to easily clean these brutes. And what do we have? The helicarriers over here saying bye-bye to the old imps. Poor Shroudstone barely even gets any damage done before it gets taken out. And the army up there had been taken out, or the army of brutes. So the ground army is making its way down here to support this as some brutes show up. Well, remember, brutes aren't going to do anything against these helicarriers, so they were just showing up to die. And actually, here comes some shadow flyers. Oh, they do get one of the helicarriers. I didn't think there was enough shadow flyers there, but there were indeed, which that shows me that Play Weird does know what he needs. Now he's trying to get some more spires up here, but I think it's too late. A couple shadow flyers pop out, and they did get an impact on the helicarrier, but the helicarrier stayed alive. And we are watching as brutes come in the back. Atlas is picked up. Helicarriers with a nice bombing run. And those brutes are going to go down. And that's going to be it. That's going to be GG from Play Weird. And thanks to Play Weird for submitting this game.